point in his
Well, it
collegiate
obviously
career.
was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
What? That's a negative that the kid's got a sore arm?
Yes.
Daryl, your thoughts on Dylan Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback.
When nobody had him ranked as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Have you watched me in college? Well, you know, a little bit of that going on. I'm still the same guy.
So today, Shedeur Sanders was asked a few different questions by the media. We're going to go through, we have the full interview if we have all that time, but I think it's important just to kind of hit some of these clips. More importantly, though, what is going to be uncovered is that Shedeur Sanders is going to talk about the arm soreness. And like I told y'all, Mr. Tony Grossi is trying to use the arm soreness against Shedeur Sanders, just like Mary Kay Cabot did, right? Shedeur Sanders expected to be full go in practice on day 10 of Browns camp today after being shut down with arm soreness on Saturday. Shedeur Sanders says he'll be back in practice full go today, just took himself out to make sure the Browns are getting his best work. Notice that now we're going to pay attention, because this is what Shedeur Sanders said about being back.
What's going on? How everybody doing? I'm well. I'm back at practice today, so I'm thankful.
Yeah, man.
So have you had like arm soreness before like that where you've had to take a day off?
Yeah, in college. Yeah, in college it was often. It was just adjusting to starting and stopping. Honestly, that's all it truly is. You know, sometimes you go in hot, then you'll wait for a second, then you'll get cold, then get back hot, then get cold, and you know, my arm and body wasn't used to that, you know, so it's just an adjustment like within the body, you know, within my arm.
So you think you're back to 100% today?
Yeah.
Like you said, he's back 100%. Now, maybe there's another part of the clip. Again, we got more live to report, but it's just so interesting to me that in that report, he talks about the soreness. At no point did he say he took himself out. At no point did the Browns say that. At no point did he say that. So unless there's something else and more live streams, Mary Kay Cabot, you're caught lying again. And you're like, okay, well, if you haven't watched the full interview, you know, maybe there's a part where he actually said it, and maybe Mary Kay's doing that. And again, I think you're giving too much credit to Mary Kay. That's what I would say. But in response, what I would say is Daniel Afusi, somebody who's extremely trustworthy, he's going to quote this, and guess how he quotes it? He's going to quote it the way that the Browns and how things were reported. Now, we're going to get the next thing we're going to talk about is maybe we shouldn't trust the Browns and what they say, but at least that's what Daniel's going off of. He says Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders said he's good and will return to practice fully after being held out of team drills on Saturday because of arm soreness. And obviously, it's the same explanation, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's starting to talk about it, you know, same whole situation. So, and I just find it funny that I told y'all, I think just in a video yesterday, they're going to use this as a negative PR on Shedeur. They're going to frame it like it's Shedeur's fault for having a sore arm, when the initial reports were the Browns held Shedeur out. And the reason why it's crazy, and the reason why I'm happy I waited until after practice to record this video, is because as we know, Dylan Gabriel, not only was Dylan Gabriel reported to have injuries, right? And XYZ, and here's Mary Kay talking about, hey, Kenny Pickett will still stay out the team drills today. So the old guy, Joe Flacco, is the only person who hasn't missed team drills. So they're saying that basically Gabriel was supposed to have a modified team drills, and he's had hamstring soreness, right? But that didn't happen. The only thing that he was out of were at the end were the last situational team drills. So I say all this to say, clearly in the Dylan Gabriel situation, okay, it's just what the team is. Like, and here he is throwing. This is just the team's decision. But when Shedeur Sanders gets shut down, it's his fault. So we're going to listen to more Shedeur. But before, let's hear the Riz putting Tony Grossi in his place because he was trying to get this off. Hey, man, him and Mary Kay.
Fewest reps in camp, and he's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm right, Tone. I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his collegiate
it obviously
career.
was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
Okay, so you're using that as a negative against the kid?
I don't understand.
Jesus, God, would you give him a chance?
Well,
My God,
here's the
because his
thing.
arm's sore?
Yeah.
What, that's a negative that the kid's got a sore arm?
Yes.
Because he's working too hard? The hell out of here.
Working against who?
Get out of here. You got an agenda with that. You're gonna, you know what,
Riz.
Tone? That's gonna bite you in the ass.
Hey, man. Hey, that's not me saying it, man. That's the Riz. And I told y'all, I tried to tell y'all, I think a few weeks, hey, Rizzo, actually, I've been telling y'all, the Rizzo, he's that guy. Like, he's a Sanders guy. So I mess with the Riz. I think he keeps it pretty even keel. But come on, like, we got to be honest. Like, that's not no just joke. Like, come on, dog. You're gonna blame the arm soreness on Shedeur Sanders. So I appreciate and applaud. First of all, ESPN Cleveland, they put out the tracker, of course, and then on top of that, you got people like the Riz, who again gives an even thing, right? When Dylan Gabriel's doing good, hey, the Riz was one of the people who reported that Dylan Gabriel was leading, and that the Browns love Dylan Gabriel so much, XYZ. So he'll shoot it down, he'll shoot it to you straight, right? But in that same breath, dog, ain't nobody believing this. We see what y'all are trying to do. I told y'all this, and now it's not me just saying it. This is another man in Cleveland radio, on the same radio host, being able to see it. This is ESPN Cleveland. They're not. Hey, everybody sees it. Y'all, we can see through what y'all trying to do. So, Mary Kay, I better see a tweet about Dylan Gabriel competing for a job, sat himself out with a hamstring, right? Right? Isn't that what happened? By the way, side video. Sorry, I watched Fantastic Four, so they got Shedeur with a little person, little dude. I just thought that was cute. I'm sorry. I just gotta get all those hateful thoughts out your eyes. Look at a little dude hanging out with Shedeur. Having a good time, right? Hey, a quarterback that you can trust with kids. Whoa, that's too far. That's too far. That's too far. That's too much. Deshaun did nothing with. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Let's stop. Let's not do that to Deshaun. Now back to positive things. Why we gotta be so mean to Deshaun Watson? All right, so let's hear probably the most tweeted, the most reacted to situation from his appearance today. And it's him talking about his dad.
I mean, like I look at it at my own point of view. Like, I don't want him coming to see me right now because I want to get to where I want to go then for him to see me. I don't want him to come and see me, get a couple reps and, he's cheering like a good dad. Like, nah, you can't be proud of me right now. I got to get to where I'm going, and I know it's a lot I got to do to get there. So it's kind of like I just want everything that I'm doing is just, like, focus on this time, and I don't want no distractions because we know how the media, we know how everybody would take it and take away from the team just from him being my own dad showing up. So, it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
And because I'm doing this live, so I know my live chat has already watched the video. They actually watched it recently. But something that was super important that I thought was this reporter, and I don't know why my app's doing this, but her name is oh my God, there's no way I can pronounce that. AK, phenomenal lady. She had to say she really appreciates rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders' take on why he doesn't want his dad here at Browns camp. He acknowledges the media distraction he could potentially become and how that might affect his team. That is something that I know we talked about in another video, but I want to harp on that when we speak about, because this is us just reacting to his words, and I want to make sure we do that. I continuously say in these videos, right? Because I don't want people to rewrite history. I want people to keep the same energy y'all had. Let's do it. Let's if y'all want to say that. Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be this large giant, distraction, right? That just couldn't, any reasonable NFL front office, you're not going to want the headache of dealing with Shedeur Sanders, subsequently having to deal with Deion Sanders and all that circus, whatever you want to call it, right? That was the thought process, as he was falling in the draft. So now we get, and this is, I sound like a broken record. How many times have we been doing this weekly? There's another example that does not make any sense for the unpreparedness. It doesn't make sense for him having quote unquote bad interviews. Like nothing of the things that were reported are showing up at the NFL level, which is odd to me. As somebody who's I consider myself, I can recognize a pattern, right? You can see, right? And I know I'm being hard on Anthony Richardson, but I just think it's the most recent one that we can look at, right? Anthony Richardson everybody was warned, hey, he hadn't started enough games, doesn't have enough a starting experience, doesn't have enough football experience to lead a team and be productive in the offense. And not to say, because we've been hearing great things from AR5 now, from Anthony Richardson from Colts camp, which I hate as a Texans fan. But what we're seeing is that, he needed time to develop, right? We see phenomenal throws. We see him being used in the run game. Great. He's the freak athlete that we see, but how about we give him some time to mature fully into it, right? So, but it was the same thing. We knew he didn't have experience. We're seeing a lack of experience, a lack of discipline, a lack of whatever. And it's not because I think he's undisciplined. I don't think Anthony Richardson is that. I just think that he went from basically being a backup / part-time starter because of injuries and Florida implementation XYZ to then here's the keys to an NFL team. Right, and you can see those things leak through. So if Shedeur was bad in interviews and throws teammates on the bus and he's yada 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 and this and that, I don't understand how we haven't seen not one. Y'all, they're trying. Tony Grossi and Mary Kay Cabot are trying to link the speeding ticket to him being a bad. That's it. See, speeding and that's what they're talking about. Clearly makes bad decisions, but it's not sticking. If y'all said he's a little silly, I'd be like, oh, okay. But that's not the report. The reports aren't, hey, Shedeur Sanders, he makes some silly decisions sometimes. He's a weird guy. Sometimes he beats his own drum. Might like to hammer the TRX down the 405 from time to time. Okay. That's still a flag. We still need to, that's still not cool. It's not cool to be speeding. But I mean, y'all painted him like he was in them meetings putting his double AP in people's faces, had his headphones on apparently, said, y'all know who my daddy is? That's what y'all said he was. And I'm getting media members blown away, Ian Rappaport, blown away, saying that literally every step that he's taken has been great. It's crazy to me, dog. It's real crazy to me. And it's the reason why I make these videos, because it's like I just don't get why we need to be facetious. Here's Ian Rappaport's. We don't need to be facetious. Say he's got a weak arm. Say he's not a super talented dude. Please, let's stick with football. But as soon as y'all tried to paint Shedeur as a bad dude, when we have, hey guys, we have over 4 years of evidence. Press conferences, reality TV show, Jackson State documentaries, high school documentaries. I think the worst thing we saw Shedeur do was celebrate on a play. And guess what? And that's another thing. And I'm about to go on a rant. I'm so sorry. And that's another thing. Y'all, this daddy ball thing. Y'all saw what Deion did to Shedeur in that high school clip? No, because y'all don't watch stuff. But he snatched Shedeur up. He snatched him by the face. He said, what the he said, that ain't what a man do. Like, nah, man, nah. Y'all ain't going to convince me what I saw was not what I saw. So let's hear what Shedeur Sanders has to say about getting first team snaps. Again, against the first team with the second team offense.
Yeah, I would say pretty much, I view it as the defense does a great job of mixing players in. So backers, you got rookies out there sometimes. DBs, you got different guys out there. So it's not mentally I go out there and I'm like, oh, these are the ones I'm going to get nervous. Like, it don't got anything to do with that. And truthfully, I don't care what line I go out there with. It could be 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever the situation is. And I know Friday when the game is, if I'm with 2s or I'm with 3s, it don't matter to me. I'm just ready to get down and get to, doing what I could do.
Hey, ready to get down and get to what he got to do. I love to hear that. I love to hear his confidence and, again, the stillness, right? I think that's what makes people upset, the fact that, you're put in this seemingly confusing, terrible, awful situation and the answers continue to come out poignant. They continue to come out the right way. They continue to, just have a good perspective about it. Now, here is offensive coordinator Tommy Rees about the quarterback competition. I'm going to spoil it for you. He ain't saying nothing.
Our guys have had really positive days.
He ain't saying nothing.
Days where they've not practiced as well as they want to. Certainly, you're going to see great days from guys, and then they're going to bounce back the next day and maybe not be as polished as we want them to be. But we try to evaluate camp and practices and the off season in a totality, and not just trying to look at one day at a time.
Okay, so stop. He said, please stop sending out the quarterback tracker. I'm not going to let you give you any information about the quarterback competition. So he said a bunch of nothing. Since you want to say a bunch of nothing, shout out to my man Stampede. I believe he linked me either one or multiple of these clips. I think it was this one right here from 92.3 The Fan. And let's be honest, or they're being honest. They're saying Dylan Gabriel's not even an NFL quarterback. I'm not saying that. That's not me.
Your thoughts on Dylan Gabriel?
He's not good. He's not an NFL quarterback, not right now. Jeez. And the fact they keep running him out there for first team reps, and part of it I get because Kenny Pickett's banged up with a hamstring injury, so there's not a lot he can do. But this goes back. They have been putting him out there first with the 11-on-11 going back to the offseason program. They're cramming this guy down our throats, and it's not good. It's not a height thing. It's not personal. I mean, he's rolling out, and he can't hit guys that are wide open. He is not all that great at times during the warm-up periods. He's pretty good during 7-on-7 when there's no offensive and defense.
Dog, we're not gonna watch this full clip because it's 2 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Dog, the warm-up period, he's missing throws on the warm-up period. I have gone up here and literally defended Dylan Gabriel. It sounds like I should stop. Sounds like I'm making a mistake defending Dylan Gabriel because the people there are saying it looks bad. I haven't seen him look bad. I've seen him look decent. I've seen, okay, cool, some throws here and there, struggle sometimes, but in my head, and I think this is the last video we're going to watch because we already watched some. Hey, this is just the results. Hey, come on now. He wants this guy with the ones. We're going to end it on this video because this is actually, Brown's film breakdown. So this is a guy that, remember, I think 2 or 3 days ago, we were watching some of his clips, and he was coming out and he said, look, man, this is like a rough day for Dylan Gabriel. This is a really bad day for Dylan Gabriel. Like he came out and said it. So I tried to tell y'all, like, these are unbiased people. These aren't Colorado guys saying it. It's not even Ting saying it, right? It's not whoever's saying it. These are Browns fans. These are people who've been here since Johnny Manziel, before Johnny Manziel, right? And they're saying and seeing what they see. So what do they got to say?
Dylan is in the thick of it, man. Now, again, like, not many with fair perspective here, third-round picks come in, get first-team reps early, and start. That volume of that outcome is pretty low. So we're judging Dylan on, like, can he come in and start right away? Which I do understand why some people are like, he's very maxed out. He's older. He's got a ton of college reps. And if he was going to step in and not dominate, but be competent, it should be quick.
Right. Like if it was going to be clear, it would be clear.
Right. I would say I'm a little disappointed in that regard. Now, there have been good moments. There have been some nice, downfield throws here and there. I think the things that have caught me a little off guard is the pinpoint accuracy has not been where I thought it would be. Too many misses, too many miscommunications, too many I thought he was going to be there, he was here type of reactions from him. And I knew the height would be a problem. It's something he's going to have to continue to navigate. It's hard. It's very hard to do. And I think that's somewhere I expected him to struggle, and that has come up. The thing I'm a little worried about is the accuracy stuff. Like, when you have an answer and when you find it, he has not been consistently delivering with accuracy.
Guys, y'all can go crazy with it. Y'all can run with it. But it's clear that there is a changing tone around local Cleveland media. I think if you asked us, and go watch the videos a few months back, but I think all the media was not even Dylan Gabriel necessarily, but it was Joe Flacco's our guy, blah, blah, blah. But now it's changed from, hey, Dylan Gabriel might be that, or he's clearly better than Shedeur, to now people are just like, yo, that's it from Dylan Gabriel, right? The Browns pick, and we can go into a separate video about that. This is not me harping on Dylan Gabriel. Again, I defend Dylan Gabriel. I continue to defend Gabriel. No one hates Dylan Gabriel, but they set him up for failure. Even if Shedeur Sanders wasn't in that room, they set Dylan Gabriel up for failure, trying to throw him into the fire with the ones when nobody had him ranked as a starting quarterback in the NFL. We've been over this. Not one person. Multiple people had Shedeur being a first round pick, at latest second round pick. There's no mock drafts of Dylan Gabriel going higher than the third or fourth. I'm not making that up. I'm not just a Shedeur glazer. I hate when people come here and do that, because do I glaze Shedeur? Sure. But when I'm saying factual football stats, I mean, things that I saw, things that happened, like I'm not just gonna lie to you, dog. And I don't like that people came into the situation lying about Shedeur, lying about what Dylan Gabriel was supposed to be and supposedly is, and now we're sitting here and Dylan Gabriel can't hit the broadside of a barn apparently. So, hey man, I didn't say it. Y'all let me know how you feel about it. Another day exposing of the media and what they're kind of cooking up. It's interesting, very, very interesting. But y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. Hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.